Are you still using these old still images as your wallpaper? Then right here, time to change it to something very beautiful and moving and living. Yeah, in this video, I'll be showing you how to do that in a very few easy steps. Right? Now, all you need to do is just drag and drop the required files into your timeline. Yeah, in my case, I'm using this following image with a moon and a mountain to make it look a live video wallpaper. Now then, just follow my steps carefully. All you need to do is first resize them or transform them according to your comp, that is fade to comp. Now then, start masking out using your pen tool by pressing G on your keyboard. And then by clicking on the image, you can start editing it. That is, using a pen tool, start masking out the mountains. Yeah, just like I'm doing in my video right now. Yeah, once you're done doing it, I guess it'll take a bit more time than just a few seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit so that it won't make you bored. And meanwhile, you can also try out the same stuff. Yeah, once you're done, you can just once you're done masking out the mountains, all you can do is just duplicate the same stuff. That is the following image, duplicate it, and on my second image, yeah, it's the same image. So now press Ctrl D, it will duplicate it. In the second one, just turn the mask to subtract, so which will turn it to like the moon. One is a moon mask and the other one is a mountain mask. Now then, let's get into the stuff. Now you can see we have a moon, we have a mountain. Now what we can do is export this very frame, this moon frame, in Photoshop. That is, save frame as Photoshop export. Now, once you export it, you can go to Photoshop. Yes, there we'll start editing it by using clone stamp tool and some other stuff. Yeah, let's get into it. I guess, yeah, here we go. You see, I made a rough image how it's gonna look once we finish it. It's just rough image, we can make it look even better. Now then, yeah, selecting this, all you have to do is create the unfinished and cracky moon to full. So then we'll take a reference of a gradient, that is a radial gradient, in a preset section, basic one, and turn white and pink. In my case, I choose colors white and pink because that is the one which likely matches my background. That is my image, moon and the pink stuff around the moon. I don't know. Fine, let's get into it. Yeah, now you can do is just turn the opacity of the gradient to around 60-70% where you can see the background. Now using a clipping tool, you can create a circle, that is a moon eclipse tool. You can use it. Yeah, now let's use the eclipse tool to make a circle. You don't have to make it very perfect in the very first try, but you can do it by just drawing some random circle, just like I did now, and using a distort transformation or free transform. You can use the transformation settings like distort I use right now, and you can zoom in a little bit and start editing it, just like I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. You can do it even better, like a faster if you are really good with doing that. I'm using a very old mouse, so it took me a little bit more time than usual. Now then, we have to also fill the gap, which is very transparent. So in my case, I'm going to just delete the gradient reference that we created. Yes, I'm gonna delete that because it's useless. It's basically useless. All I need is the circle black thing into a moon. So I will use another gradient on the eclipse that we created, that is a very black moon, into a white and pinkish beautiful unicorn vomit. Yeah, just kidding. I guess it looks good. So for that, I just got a call while recording. Never mind. And yeah, you can just change the settings. So using a radial settings, that is a radial gradient, you can see one side white and the other side to be pink. So only the edges will be pink, which is what we want for a video, for a live wallpaper. So then, let's see. Once you're done doing this, now you can actually use a clone stamp tool to fill all the transparent gap. Just like I did. Yeah, select the clone stamp tool, hold Alt on your keyboard and select the part which you want to fill that with that width. So then selecting your background, hold Alt and start brushing. Just like I'm doing right now. I know it took me a lot of time. Trust me, it is indeed really hard to make it look good, and at the same time, the more time you spend, the more good it looks. And I just did it in a very rough manner. So sorry. Enough. Just you don't have to do it for the whole image, but only a little part of it. That's enough. So try to add more living objects like birds and stuff. It just looks good. Very good. Now then, selecting both the layers, you should go to edit and you can see option called auto blend is not there. I couldn't select it. So all you have to do is rasterize both the layers. You see, you have to press select and rasterize the layer. Now then, holding shift, left click on the images, you have to, or the layers you have to merge. That is the eclipse and the image. Now select auto blend. Now select stacked images because they're stacked, and you can select both options if you have in your future versions of Photoshop. To be honest, yeah, fine. It'll take a bit time, then done. You see, it did its job very good. It looks really realistic, but then there is indeed a little bit of problem with that. You see, it's not so accurate, but then it's enough. It's actually enough where you have more birds is enough. Yeah, good. Now you can export it to PNG and import it into your After Effects project where we were editing the video. Now you can copy my export settings as a PNG, export as PNG, and format as a PNG, and width, height. You can just copy them all. It's according to your preference. You can also use your own width and height, but then I choose. Okay, fine. It's according to your preference. Never mind. You can select a PNG, then height and width and 100% scale. And metadata also. I don't usually prefer copyright and contact info in my thing. And once you export it into your After Effects. Select the moon, and you can drag and drop it, and you can transform it and fit to comp. Yeah, once you've done that, you have to also import the mountains. That is the mountain. You can also transform it, fit to comp, and once you're done doing that, now add a new camera. Yes, you see, also you can have to rename it. Actually, I prefer you rename them. Yeah, fit to comp. Sorry, I just deleted something. Yeah, fine. Now you can add a camera. Right click, new camera. In camera, put it to 35mm, and you can name it cam or whatever you want it to be. And the moon will be named as moon, and the mountain as a mountain. Now I'm renaming mountain. Then doing the same thing for the moon as well. And once you're done doing that, you have to turn them into 3D objects. Yeah, before that we have to put it to top. Change your active camera to top. Then change them to 3D objects by pressing on that little boxes with a cube-like thing. Yeah, once you're done with that, you have to adjust the distance between the camera and the mountains. We know that mountains are a little bit closer than compared to the moon. You know that moon and the sky are placed at infinity from the camera. Then doing this, we have a very good stuff. Yeah, let's get into active camera now. Okay, now you see that we have a very much black bars around screen. Yeah, you can just eliminate them by transformation. That is, resize it by scale. Just increase your scale a little bit more, because when you adjust the camera, you have to make it, you will understand it soon. Then just adjust it a little bit more than required. Scale it more than required. It's always good to scale it more than required. And you can see the moon. Yeah, you have to see the moon carefully. The moon should be visible. Yeah, when you can press C and check if the moon is always visible while changing the camera angles. Press C and using your left click on the image, and you can just swing it left and right, just like I'm doing now. And you can select the keyframes and put a place mark a place where it should be stood, like just like that, and go to the last frame and change it to the opposite angle. Done, just like I'm doing now. And there you go, you have a very good video out of a still image, and it does look good, but that's not it. That's not what we want. Not just that, we want it to look a little more better, isn't it? Yeah. Now let's add a new solid layer where you can add a more realistic effect to it. Select solid and change the color to pitch black, and then press OK. And OK again, and you have a very black screen. Just looking at that. And never mind. Now then, select the solid, go to effects, go to simulation, press CC snowflake, snowfall, whatever. Now done. You have it. Go to effects panel and you can change your settings accordingly. In my case, I'm changing my setting to the preferred ones. I prefer, it's my preference. Again, it doesn't have to do with your preference anymore. You can change it. You can mess with the settings, everything. Flakes, number of flakes you can adjust, the size of the flake you can adjust, scene depth you can adjust, the speed, the falling speed of the thing you can adjust, and also wind direction you can adjust, and spread how much you want you can adjust. And also there are some extra settings, and if you remove the tick mark on the composite, you can see that on the image. Now then, you have to go to top again, and you should bring the particles a bit closer to the mountains, or onto the mountains is good, not behind the mountains, because we don't want it behind the mountains. We want the snow falling on the mountains. Exactly. Now then, you can increase the size or the scale of it, and turning that also into a 3D object. I forgot to say, I just did that. Yeah, now then, done. You have a very good looking one. Yes, you see, it looks good already. You can also change a few settings. Now then, once you're done, thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel for more interesting stuff like this. Thank you. See you in my next video.